Hey YouTube, I'm going to try to make a video. I haven't really done many YouTube videos yet, but I'm trying this new thing and thought I would try to share it. So I recently came across somewhere, I guess I was seeing news articles lately on the Drudge or the Blaze or something or other about the new taco shops in San Diego that are serving tacos that are made with wax worms or ice cream that's covered with fried mealworms. And so I spent a little while studying all this bug-eating stuff, and it's pretty interesting stuff. I guess the waxworms, these become moths eventually. I found locations online where I could buy them in bulk for purposes of cooking. But before I did that, I wanted to just try them out. And you know, I've been jaded pretty well from all the research and everything, so I'm not, you know, afraid of it or anything, but or trepidatious or cautious at all about trying these things. But I did hear that the waxworms themselves are pretty tasty, apparently, you know, very savory and buttery and whatnot. So I thought before I'd go and order online, you know, some bulk of them, that I would just stop at a local pet store and pick some up and fry them up in a little skillet and see how they taste. So I got like 20 from a pet store for like $2, and made sure that they came from a good supplier. I guess you want to make sure that they're guaranteed against diseases and stuff, but obviously they're alive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to, they're in little containers that they're basically with like wood shavings of some kind, and I guess that's how they're shipped from the suppliers as well, same as when you order them in bulk. So I'm going to take them out of the bag and clean them off, make sure all that junk is off of them, and get them ready to cook them up. So, and then cook them on the stove, which apparently is really easy with just a little bit of olive oil in there, and you just cook them for a couple minutes, and they start popping like popcorn, and then they're apparently smells really good too, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. So, hang on a bit, I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Let's figure out which one of these is the light. There we are. Okay, so that was extremely labor-intensive and very silly, having to pick off those shavings off of them one by one. So I'll definitely have to figure out a more efficient way to do that. Probably with some sort of colander or something. So, but here they are. I lost one down the drain accidentally, and then I discarded a couple others because they didn't look very appealing. So a little bit of oil. Put a little more oil. My first time cooking worms. Larvae. Whatever. Okay. There we go. Another side effect of washing them in the sink is that they were drowning a little bit in there, so it's probably not the best way to do that too. Might take a little while for the pan to heat up. It's possible I'm supposed to let the pan heat up before I throw them in there, but we'll see. There's a little water in there too. So, not off to too great of a start. But, it's starting to get hot in there. I have to burn off that water, I guess. So, from what I've gathered so far, you can eat waxworms, and they're an excellent source of protein. All the bug eater advocates talk about insects have a higher protein and fat content, well, mostly protein, I guess, pound for pound, than any mammal meat or any other, you know, normal-sized meat that humans eat. And apparently, mealworms are also edible, but they taste mealy, I guess. And these, oh, they're starting to look different. These are definitely edible. They're highly recommended. And I guess they tend to absorb the flavor of whatever you're cooking. There goes one of them. It's starting to hiss. Probably don't need to use the spatula, but just keep them moving around. They're definitely all dead now. All the videos I've seen, they always cook these alive. Although, from what I've gathered, if I wanted to buy like a bulk of these, like 250 or 500 or something, I could just keep them in the freezer. And then when I want to cook them up, just pull a portion out of the freezer, which is probably maybe twice or 3 times as many as what I have here. And just throw them in there and they'll cook up just fine. I guess they're supposed to cook until they're nice and browned. Starting to smell a little, it's starting to smell a little nutty, or I guess maybe that's the olive oil smell. I saw a guy cook up a hissing Madagascar cockroach. And he had to cut through the carapace with a fork and knife before he got to the meat inside, and then apparently it was pretty gross. But these guys are pretty tasty, apparently, I guess, and they're smelling like it. And it's been a couple minutes, so I wonder if they're ready. No? They're a little browned. They're not sliding around very well. I should have used a pan that was more Teflon-y. Okay, well I guess I'll pull them off now. This is a phone I'm recording with, so I'm going to put this down for a second. I'm still here. I'm pulling the worms into a plate. Oh wow. Okay. And I bet they're very hot. So I'll give them a minute to cool off, because they're probably all full of oil. Or at least their insides are. I said wow because I dropped one on the counter, and when I went to pick it up, I found out that it was not squishy anymore. Yeah, they're kind of like very delicate poofs of some sort, like those fake French fries. Okay, so here's my first worm. There's me. Not much to it. Very light flavor. There's hardly any substance. Damn, I dropped one. I guess the cats will get that one. Definitely tastes the oil, so I bet this will be really good. And butter. Because right now it just tastes like oily fried stuff. Maybe I used too much oil. So that's it. There's the one on the floor. So those were wax worms. I don't know how close I am because this is a phone, so I can't see. But Those were Wax Moth Larvae, picked up at Scales and Tails in Colorado Springs. Cooked with a little bit of olive oil after being cleaned. And now I have eaten waxworms. And I'm pretty sure I will again. So, alright, see you next time.